grew up with this desire to go out and didn't know exactly what that would look like. I remember the quote by John Piper saying, "Missions exist because worship doesn't." That is something that I grew up just hearing about, how people didn't have the Bible in their own language, how people had never heard of Christ and how he came to save them. Just a love that surpasses all understanding, and I wanted to be a part of it. Getting ready for internship, you're thinking of, oh wow, okay, ministry, this could be working in an orphanage, it could be serving in a food kitchen. We came to Montenegro in the midst of COVID, and things were shut down, and there just weren't a lot of those different organizations. Our leaders were like, well, you just get to encourage the church, pour into them, you get to meet new people and just build relationships with them. I actually knew a family who was Muslim and got to see how they lived and what they believe, just talk about faith and what's different. In the scriptures everywhere, it talks about how it is through faith alone, by grace alone. It is not through works that we are saved. And so that was a factor that would always come up, that the saying of like, no, we're similar, and I'd say, no, we are very different. And we would move on and have tea and have coffee. We could have those conversations without anger, without fighting. It was really just a sweet time. I loved pursuing them and pouring into them. They're the ones that God really worked the most in my heart for. God led me to fast and pray for them. And I heard him say, okay, Grace, like, I want you to give up coffee for this whole month. It was really sweet to have that reminder all the time to pray for my friend. Thinking about my time with this Muslim family and just my desire to see them know the Lord, there's nothing better than to see this family pursue the truth. I know that God is good and that he desires none to perish, and so I hold on to that truth, and whether I see it or if I don't, I know that God is faithful and he will care for that family. Bethany Global University was an answer to my prayers. They came in and they said, hey, we can offer you an education while you're overseas. We can offer you hands-on practice, experience with missionaries who give you wisdom and insight into what life is really like on the field. And so I'm thankful for internship, what it taught me, how I grew closer to the Lord. As I'm back getting ready to graduate, BGU wants to support me and launch me into what's next. They want me to pursue the Lord wherever that is. And so I'm so thankful for how they care for me, how they taught me, and how they are rooting for me for the future.